First of all, it's a pleasure to be back here at the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge, and I would say you're in very capable hands with Carol. She's able to put together a football team in very short order, I can see. What I was most impressed with is she scheduled the Titanic the week after I spoke, so I was very happy to see that go. Very good planning. I've been part of these speaking engagements at the Rotary Club for 3 decades now. I think it's incredible that we're able to be in this community and have such incredible support here in Baton Rouge. I think you said the 4th largest in the United States. And having done this for, as I said, a speaker at Rotary Clubs throughout the country for 3 decades, I've never been asked to be part of a Rotary Club. And tonight, Carol asked me to be part of the Rotary Club, and I'm going to accept that invitation. So yes, I do recognize year 2 has been a magical year. I would say the most popular event that the Rotary Club has put together has certainly been the Kim Mulkey event here. So, I really am happy to play second fiddle to Kim Mulkey. Believe me, the success that she's had in the program has been incredible, and certainly what Jay Johnson has done to bring 2 national championships here to LSU in one season has been incredible. And look, the other sports, gymnastics, track and field, softball, I could go on and on about the incredible year that LSU athletics has had, and certainly we want to be, as it relates to football, we want to be that jump start and create that kind of environment this fall. Our football team is poised to have the kind of year that we all expect. This is about being elite here at LSU, but not just elite on the football field. We want to be elite in everything that we do and how we do things, both on and off the field. We want to be elite in the classroom. We want to be elite in the community, and we want to be elite certainly in all of our playing environments. And so most of the work that we're doing on a day-to-day basis is sometimes things that you don't see. And there's been a lot of heavy lifting as it relates to recognizing the value of an education and working on our academic persistence rates and our graduation rates and making sure that our players understand the value of an LSU degree and how important that is. And working on leadership skills and how important that is and how difficult it is today to lead. Leadership is hard, as we all know, and we've heard many people, and I'm sure you don't want to be bored by leadership talks today, but leadership is hard, especially when you're talking about young men that need to lead on a day-to-day basis. Think about trying to tell your peers things that they don't want to hear. About being misunderstood and not having a chance to defend yourself, having to tell somebody to make tough decisions. Those are hard things to do, hard to embrace. But when you're building a program, you have to have great leaders. They have to be willing to step out and do those things and not be popular. And so those things happen behind the scenes when no one sees those things. And we're making great progress as it relates to building those kind of leadership qualities. Today was the last day of our summer workouts. We started back in June. We went for about 8.5 weeks, and today our players were released from those summer workouts. They'll have about a week off, and then we'll report to camp. Well, for the last 8 weeks, they've been without supervision relative to coaches. Our strength staff has been there, certainly, and it's been organized. But my point being, this is where your players really grow. This is where accountability starts to take place. This is where you throw the tape in the trash can, not next to the trash can. This is where you run through the line, not to the line. This is where you build those things that go to championship performances. This is how you go from good to great and great to elite. Elite's hard to get to that level. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So those linchpins, those things that we don't see, have been working on over the last 5 months. So when the season ended and I finished up with our football team in the locker room after Purdue, we began sowing those seeds for a championship football season. All the things that go on behind the scenes. Yes, you see, guys that are, certainly 5-star recruits, 4-star recruits being brought in. You see first team all SEC performers now. But that's not what makes your football team. What makes your football team are the little things that nobody sees. And that's what we've been working on for the last 5 and 6 months. So what I can report, more than anything else right now, is that our football team has the right culture. They have the right standards. And culture sometimes is a word that we sometimes don't define adequately. It just means that the standards that we have set in our program on a day-to-day basis are ones that our players are meeting and exceeding on a day-to-day basis because they care. They love being part of LSU. They love being a Tiger because they know that the degree means something to them now. They know that they can compete for championships on a day-to-day basis because we provide them the resources. We provide them the things necessary for them to be the best versions of themselves on a day-to-day basis. So every single day, our players are able to be what they want to be, and that is elite. And so when we talk about that, what does that mean specifically? That our players can graduate and be champions. That's our mission here on a day-to-day basis. So when I stand before our players, we talk about one thing, graduating champions. And how do we get there? It's everything that I just talked about. All the little things, an attention to detail, an incredible focus, having grit. You got to get up in the morning. We have 7 a.m. workouts. As you know, it gets a little hot down here. We don't like to work out at noontime. Though many people know where I live, I see a lot of people running in front of my house at noontime, and I just don't understand that. Kind of crazy to me. But the point I'm making is you've got to have that grit, that ability to overcome. And you've got to have a great attitude, and you've got to make great choices. And I'll talk about that as well, because it's having the right mindset now that our players are in a world today that is so distracting. Distractions all day long, from name, image, and likeness, and what's attached to that. To if you take your phone and you have now gambling apps, you can have DraftKings, and we've seen the number of NFL players that have been suspended now for gambling on their phone. College football players that have been suspended for that. There's drugs, there's alcohol, there's relationships, there's all these things that can distract you